today's edition, our conversation is on the Anambra State Governorship election that was held last Saturday, 6th November 2021. Though INEC is yet to declare the final result of that election, it does appear that Professor Chukwuma, the candidate of All Progressive Grand Alliance, ABGA, will emerge the winner, having won 18 local government areas out of the 20 so far declared by the electoral umpire. However, INEC has declared the election inconclusive because of a disruption of the election in Ihala local government area of Anambra State. A supplementary election is taking place as we speak. And today I have in the studio Mr. Emmanuel Ifani Chukwu. He is a journalist. He writes for the New Telegraph newspaper. Ifani, welcome to the studio of Living Television Film Academy here in Anambra. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Mr. Senisa. Happy to be here.
I also have in the studio Mr. C.K. Egara. Mr. Egara is Abia State Chairman, Inter-Party Advisory Council. Mr. Egara, welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
Ifani, let me start with you. Because of your profession, because of your vocation, you are a keen observer, a keen watcher of events that took place in Anambra last Saturday. What is your impression of that very election? Are you satisfied with what happened in Anambra?
Well, as a journalist and a man who loves this so much, I would say that so far I'm satisfied. Why? Because since the election was done on Saturday to today, I've never had that somebody was that's a good one, it's a plus. And I have not seen people fighting, destroying property. That's a good one. And the results are coming only together. So if something happens in our land and nobody dies, because we don't value lives, and nobody is seriously complaining and protesting so far, I think I won't say it's 100% perfect, but I think we are getting something. I'm happy to.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, Mr. Egara, there can be no perfect election in any part of the world. Now, based on that, what is your impression? What is your take on that very election, the Anambra governorship election?
Thank you very much. I want to judge from the contestants. About 2 or 3 of the contestants have congratulated somebody. That's to show acceptance. And that's to show also that the electorate, the people of Anambra, will make their choice. And INEC itself upheld their will. That is exactly what they are doing. And I want to believe that this is not the place that INEC should be improved upon. Once that is done, so we do it.
Okay, thank you. Now, based on what you said, the All Progressive Congress APC of Anambra is accusing the sitting governor, Willie Obiano, and APO of rigging last Saturday's exercise. So, based on that, can we say that it was a free and fair exercise? Mr. Fine.
Well, everybody is free to complain. Listen, complaining and expressing your opinion is not a crime. It is easy to accuse somebody, and another thing is to prove the accusation you are making. If I know the APC chairman in Anambra is to be Shikbasi Lejike. If Lejike believes that the election didn't go well, I mean him and his party and his candidate, they know where to sort remedy. It is not in the pages of newspaper. It's not done on television. Who goes to the court and prove that? But his opinion will differ from every other person's opinion. The chairman of PDP may accept and say, went well. The chairman of ABGA, whose party has almost swept everywhere, will say, went well. So if the GDK is complaining and the APC is complaining, that is not a problem. We can see it. It's not true. So I will not use because of one man's opinion and say that the election didn't go well. It's left for him to go and prove what is alleged.
It's obvious. It's obvious elections are rigged, which of them? Which of the knowledge
I
that,
understand what you're talking
yes,
about.
just common knowledge that when elections are rigged, they are rigged with security agency. The security agency block you from having access to that place, and then it's smuggling the result. So, is it not the security agency is controlled by which maybe grab them out, both take them out, and then also be posted in Abia. That they will use security agencies to do what PDP used to do. So how we know that the security agencies are responsible because the block people, it's not that the security agencies do it. What they do is they shut you out from the place, and in the course of that, because I remember an event in Abia State here. Because that time I wasn't the chairman of IFA. I was just ordinary member of IFA. So I monitored an election. I had interest in that election. I monitored it. I was always on touch with the red, calling everybody. I was even arrested that day. Because of my person, the security officer saw me at their station. They said, who brought this man here? This is the latest man. They released me. I went back to the same action. So I found that I made sure I was close to the door. I stood there. I wasn't an agent, but I was part of the people that were monitoring the election. I monitored the election. I saw when the man brought the results. I was alerted. This man is there. He wore one big gun with his money and those things. So I had to alert the people and say, if this man does this, it means this place we are going to pull down the guy. So from there, I told everybody to monitor this man. Monitor him. Everybody started monitoring him. They delayed the result. I said, nobody's going here. We stood there. Nobody's going. We stood there. The guy who went around, did everything, called the police, everybody there. And because everybody was quite aware of what was going on, the military didn't give them the opportunity. They stopped everybody. So that's exactly what we need. Yes. The will of the people must come.
Definitely.
So that's the truth. So Anambra shouting. As somebody who ordinarily, assuming the people are Anambra with those side, of course we know what will happen. So, but those it does not really hold. The will of the people was what we saw.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, Mr. Ifeanyi, with what happened in Anambra, can we say that there is hope for Nigeria's democracy when you consider that people rejected money, vote buying, people said no, we have a candidate we are going to vote for?
Well, we must remember something. We are forgetting that Anambra State election was a staggered election.
Yes.
It wasn't generally done. There was a lot of focus in Anambra. You know, I cannot choose because of what I saw in Anambra now and say there is hope generally for Nigeria. Let me make it very clear to you for a reason. The political awareness or political culture in Anambra will be quite different from what you have in Abia.
Is it high in Anambra?
I must be frank to you, it's high. If you, in every election, the voter have a lot of role to play. If you are a docile voter, you can vote and go home without protecting your vote. Anything can happen to it. So what happened, most times, I've had many persons say, again, Anambra electorate, we are organized, we are this. My brother, you must understand that that is the only election taking place in Nigeria. The level of security you had in Anambra, you've not had it in any other election. People were bold to say, with this, we believe that we have right now to talk.
Yes.
So the focus was high. Now, if you look at the contestants also, the three most powerful are from one local government. So the spread of their abode is just in one place. So the rest things you are seeing in other 20 local governments are mainly issues of their supporters doing their job. Imagine if Soludo were to be from Newe, Ozigbo were to come from Oka, and then Andioba was to come from Obaru. I hope you know that it will not be the same thing. But the center is in one place. The center of the struggle is in one place. It's within Aguata. So what happened in Anambra is good, but I will not truly say it's a thing of we should hope as a general change, but we need to improve, no matter how good Anambra State election is.
Okay, thank you. Now, Mr. Gara, we know that how a Nigerian politician behaves. Why did you think that the people of Anambra voted for Professor Chukwuma Soludo, although the election is not over, but it does appear that he will emerge victorious at the end of the day? Why do you think that they voted for Chukwuma Soludo and Abda?
Thank you very much. Before I come to this, I want to add a few things to what my brother said here. Number one, Nigeria, there is no perfect system anywhere. But if we must get it right, it must be fundamental. What I mean is, we must get it right through the law. The Electoral Act must give people opportunity to vote their conscience, an opportunity to transmit the same result, that is their conscience, to the collection point. Once this thing is done, and maybe the presidency signs it into law, to an extent, we have started the journey of getting it right. That's the only time we'll get it right. Because if that is done, and you are aware that once you finish voting in this your pool, you have to wait. You get the result, and the result is transmitted directly to the what I call it, to the server.
INEC server.
Yes, you can go home.
It's done.
You can go home. So once that is done, we are in the path of getting it right. That's number one. Number two, coming to the issue of what you said.
Why they voted for?
Why they voted for Chelsea?
Yes.
So let me tell you one thing. You see, truth cannot be hidden, no matter how you try to hide it. Anambra, they have tested PDP. They've tested PDP. And they recollect exactly what happened in the PDP government. They looked at the quality of people. In as much as theory does not reflect action. Yeah. But they saw Chukwuma Soludo as somebody who will match his action with his word. Considering what Peter B did, Peter B handed over to maybe Chris in it, so. Peter B handed over to
Obiano.
No, okay, yes, sorry. Peter B handed over to Obiano. Obiano now off the game to a better place. If you are driving from Umunochi, there was a day I drove myself through Umunochi. Immediately I crossed the bridge, I started seeing a very smooth road.
From Urezuka.
And they said, this is Anambra. Yeah. I said, look at the contrast.
And you were surprised?
I said, can't this road, I thought it was a federal road. I said, can't this road get to this point? So it was then that they told me that it was Ngiga. It wasn't Ngiga or P2B who did that road to that point. So I said, I used that fire road until I got to where I was coming from. Now, they have seen this. And they have also seen that Obiano also did things like that too. And they are quite sure that that momentum will be sustained by Soludo. And I want to believe that's exactly the reason why they said, it is better we hold on to this young man. It's better we vote him in so that they can continue what they have started over 24 years ago. I think that's exactly what happened.
Okay, I'm still going to ask you that same question. Why did the electorate in Anambra voted massively for Professor Chukwuma Soludo?
The reason
was it because of the achievements of the sitting governor?
The reason is very obvious. I agree with my brother somehow, but I must tell you the truth. Willie Obiano, the Aguleri man, failed his second term in Anambra State. If you are used to Anambra, if you know the quality of roads that Peter B did, apart from the airport in Umwere, I will tell you that Obiano didn't do well. But Obiano did something that no politician in Nigeria can do. One, what was that thing he did? Obiano knew very well, maybe through the advice of people like Vitume, he knew very well that Abga will lose that election if they don't present the best candidate. He gave Anambra people a man they never had alternative to. Look at all the contestants in that election. Osibo is a good man, but he's not a match to Professor Soludo. Andy Uba is a well-connected politician. Is it a match to Soludo? Obiano failed, but he brought somebody that is far more. He brought a presidential material.
A man, if you ask the Igbo to bring 5 candidates for Igbo presidency today, I can beat my chest and tell you that Charles Soludo will actually be one of them because of the class he belongs to. So when Obiano presented that, even Anambra man who wanted to say, Obiano, you failed us, they will look at Soludo and say, who are the other parties?
They can see hope in him.
When you look at Soludo and look at Abga, forget about Obiano. Abga doesn't belong to Obiano. Obiano may have done his own. But when you look at Soludo as a candidate, Mr. Zems, if you are from Anambra, if you are a card-carrying member of the APC, I can beat my chest and tell you would have voted for Charles Soludo, no matter the amount of money your party gave you. The same thing in PDP, so he doesn't have a rival in that election.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Ifeanyi. At this point, we are going to take a short break, and when we come back, the discussion continues. Don't go away. Welcome back to the program. This is Issues of the Moment. Issues of the Moment is a current affairs program of Living Television Film Academy here in Aba. And on today's edition of the program, we are reviewing the Anambra State election that took place last Saturday. And today I have in the studio a journalist, Mr. Ifeanyi and CK Igala. CK Igala, let me ask you this. With what happened in Anambra, I want to believe that there is no way the outgoing governor, William Obiano, will impose himself on Professor Chukwuma Soludo. Can it be said that godfatherism in politics is actually coming to an end in Southeast, particularly in Anambra?
Thank you very much. This was the issue I addressed during my interview and discussion with Real FM or so?
Real FM?
Yes.
In Aba?
Yes. So, the one in Omaya, Flow FM. Sorry,
okay,
Flow FM, yes, it was Flow FM. People were talking about godfatherism. I asked them, what is godfatherism? Godfatherism, what is it? as a term. Soludo may not know too many things about politics. He made a theory. Victor Oye, Victor Me, and of late, Obiano may know too many things more than him politically.
Yes.
So he must run to them. He must ask questions. He must ask for clarification, because there will be a day he will want to resign. I'm telling you the truth. There must be a day he will want to resign and go. So he needs these men to encourage him. So they are not his godfathers. They are the advisory team. So I don't like using that word. But some of the terms godfather people use, it depicts a scenario. Somebody goes to take directive or order from a higher person. I don't see it playing out in that of Anambra. I don't see it playing out there, because Professor Charles Soludo has grown beyond that level. One, he has been exposed to certain high-level in-house struggling. To be the CBN governor, to work in all the capacities he did, to be advisors to the president and several things, the horse trading technique, he has adopted to one of them. So he will certainly look for their support, their advices, because they passed through that road which he has not passed through. So that's exactly the level. But I don't think godfatherism, according to what people call it, will cease. But I know it's gradually coming to an end in this part of the world, in some states. Yes.
Okay, thank you. There were reports of vote buying in Anambra, and there were also reports that people rejected the money of a particular candidate in that very election. Can it be said that Nigerian voters are becoming wiser?
There is a wise saying, once beaten, twice shy. But some of us will be beaten 4 times, will not even be shy for once. So I think some people made videos we are watching on social media from Anambra State. They did not also show us the video of those who collected money. They only showed us the ones of those who refused to collect it. So as for collecting money, I believe some people actually collected money, whilst few rejected money that they showed us. So let me not say it's coming to an end. See, you must understand something. Most times when we want to send messages, we send the ones who want to satisfy certain interests we have, so that people will believe that this is how it is. You've shown me where party A or party B gave money to some people, they rejected it. But you did not show me where some party A or B gave to some people who also collected it. So I believe money must have exchanged hands. But I commend those who said no to 5,000. I commend those who said no to 4,000. I commend those who said no to millions. I commend those who said no to hundreds, because your future is at stake. You don't just sell your conscience for money. Remember, this is, if you make a mistake in any voting system, you become a slave for 4 years. If you know what slavery for 4 years means, I believe you should reject millions and accept your freedom. The master-slave relationship that our politicians are exhibiting, we can only stop it by making the right choices. And I think, with all due respect to all the candidates that contested, Anambra people have made the right choice.
Okay, thank you. Now,
sorry, I just want to, I go according to what the parties are saying. P2B said there was vote buying. Yes, from what is said, I watched the video that some people rejected some money because of a particular party. Let me tell you the truth. It is just electronic system of voting that will stop all
is the
this.
panacea.
Too many people. Let me tell you where everything starts. Even the vote buying is not relevant, because you may not have the opportunity. You may not have the opportunity.
Yeah, you can't buy my mind.
You can't buy my mind.
I can collect your money and go there and do
I
another.
and still vote. So it does not really matter. What is important is enlightenment, awareness. He made one salient point here. if you let people know, take for instance, you are given 4,000, okay, you are given 100,000 now to vote, and 100,000, divide it by 30, divide it by 365, multiply by 4.
By 4.
You're in trouble.
And then tell me how much you have to vote. So if you get this kind of awareness, then you know that this amount of money you collect, that will be equivalent to your vote. So I want to believe the vote buying is very soon going to die if the fundamental things are done. And what is that fundamental thing? Making sure that electronic result transmission, electronic voting. You can vote in your house. Nobody will come to your house and offer you.
That is if we get the right.
If we get the right.
But this is a country where card readers malfunction in general election, and we are still talking about. For us to get to this, we must be sure of what we are bringing in.
No, the transfer of result, electronic transfer of result is there. It acts like a phone. If you move your results sheet, if you move a message to somebody, and the network is not working there, it will hang. Once you get to a place where there's network, it will deliver.
Yes.
What they did, when INEC flagged up this voter registration, I was the first person, I was part of the people that they used to get it done. So they demonstrated how it works. The one that captured both your face and your tongue. So I felt it was good if that is done. So what we need to do is to keep encouraging INEC, keep encouraging those we have at the National Assembly to do the needful. Let them just get us, let them bring us to the right pedestal. I am speaking on behalf of all the political parties in Abia, I'm speaking on behalf of all the political parties in Nigeria, because that is part of our resolution, that we must get things done well. Let people feel that their votes matter. Once that is done, you see tension, anxiety, and everything will go.
And they will have confidence in the electoral process.
System, that's true.
Now, Mr. Fan, is it possible to tackle the issue of vote buying when you consider the level of poverty in Nigeria? Nigeria, as we speak, is the poverty capital of the world. I want you to be brief.
Let me use it here at the remaining local governments, for instance.
Okay.
Soludo is leading with over about 50,000 votes. You have 148,407 registered voters in the year. You know the constitution of Nigeria. Even the remaining persons that are coming close to him, they have not gotten the two-thirds, which is 14. When you get 25% in 14 local government, none of them have gotten it. But they can actually get a higher vote than him if the whole local government will come out and vote for one man. Then when that happens, we may have a runoff or whatever, I don't know how they put it. But the reality is that such opportunities, politicians like to cash in on it, to do the whatever vote buying you want to do, that you said should be coming to an end. But let me tell you, if you are increasing your checkmate process for crime, criminals are increasing their crime. The only way to tackle crime is to deal with offenders seriously. And it will stop.
Okay, thank you very much. And with that, we have come to the end of today's edition of Issues of the Moment. For the past 30 minutes, we have been discussing the governorship election that took place in Anambra State on Saturday, 6th November 2021. I want to thank my two guests, Mr. Emmanuel Ifanichuku, who is a journalist, and C.K. Igara, the Abia State Chairman, Inter-Party Advisory Council. Gentlemen, thank you for coming to the program.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
My name is Chimezi Ozens. I also want to thank you for being part of today's edition of the program. Thank you for watching.